We all apparently live under the sea because The Little Mermaid, the newest live action Disney from animated to live action remake, has just come out. And let's be honest and let's be clear here. Disney's track record of translating their animated classics into live action thing have had mixed results. Some hits, some misses, and again, that's putting it kindly. But Little Mermaid has now come out, just had its opening weekend. And how well did it do? Well, over the Memorial Day weekend, it has made close to $118 million at the box office, and that is good enough to put it in the top 5 of the all-time opening Memorial Day weekends. Actually, if you go over and take a look at the charts of all-time Memorial Day weekend openings, we had Solo: A Star Wars Story that opened 103, Hangover Part 2, which also opened to over 103. In the number 8 spot, X-Men: Days of Future Past, to me, one of the greatest comic book movies ever made, at 110 million. Aladdin made $116.8 million in a Memorial Day weekend. Fun note, Aladdin went on to make over $1 billion at the box office. And the number 6 spot, appropriately, is Fast and Furious 6, which made $117 million. And then we get over into the top 5 here. And right there at the bottom of the top 5, you see Little Mermaid at 117.5. They're saying as the actuals come out, that's probably going to bump up a little bit north of 118. Then you get in the number 4 spot, X-Men: The Last Stand at 122. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal Skull at 126 million. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End made $139 million over the Memorial Day weekend. And Top Gun: Maverick made $160 million on its Memorial Day weekend and also completely crushed and shattered its way into the $1 billion club. All right, so how do we look at this? I think this is a pretty good start. Now, look, Aladdin made less on its opening Memorial Day weekend and joined the $1 billion club. To be on record, I don't think Little Mermaid is going to join the $1 billion club, but I do think it's going to make a lot of money. And $118 million for the Memorial Day weekend, 5th biggest of all time, is a pretty good start on its way to doing just that. Now, it also needs to be pointed out that the Memorial Day weekend number is not the official weekend number. Because remember, the Memorial Day weekend, for all those movies I just listed, that includes that extra holiday. I believe that Little Mermaid's actual weekend opening was $92 million. That's the actual pure weekend number, but the Memorial Day was 118. Now that still puts us like almost $30 million above what Fast X opened with on its proper opening weekend. So again, pretty strong weekend for Little Mermaid. A lot of the families wanted to go see it. The marketing campaign clearly worked. Now the question will be, what kind of legs does it have? No pun intended. What kind of human walkie-walkie legs will this movie have as it goes into its 2nd and 3rd weekend? Are the families going to go back to see it multiple times? Are they going to tell their friends and family to go? Let's not forget, it's got a little Spider-Man movie that's going to be running into here pretty quick. So that's also animated, family friendly. So that could kind of knock it off. Anyway, Chris, a couple of questions for you. What do you think about this result? Should Disney look at this as a good result, a concerning result? And what do you think this means for it long term? And why do you think it was able to accomplish the number 5 spot all time for Memorial Day opening weekends?
I think this is great, and Disney should view this as a huge win. These numbers are fantastic. And honestly, if it weren't for Spider-Verse coming around the corner, I do think this would have the potential to get into the $1 billion club.
Really?
I really, really do. Even though this was still probably an 8 out of 10 for me, it didn't fire on all cylinders, but I thought it was so fabulous. I really think a lot of people are going to just gravitate and latch onto this movie. It is beautiful. It's stunning visually. It's got the most amazing singer I've ever heard in my life, I think. She's so incredible.
Yeah, she's insanely good.
And I think that the changes they made, too, are kind of what Disney needs to use as a blueprint moving forward. Much like Aladdin, much like Cinderella. The things they took away were great. You know, I know some people are mad that there's no Les Poissons, but really that song doesn't add anything. But I think this is kind of shows you exactly what to do of, hey, this is how we translate something from, animated to live action, and the changes that we need to make so that it connects to an audience in a different way. They're both 2 viable films, right? The Little Mermaid from 89 is not going anywhere. That is a classic that people are going to continue rewatching. But this one really, really, you can hold it up to it, and it stands up on its own legs really, really well. I do think we're going to see a pretty big drop-off when Spider-Man comes out.
It seems like they are, like that family demographic is...
Yeah. The only thing I think where this could still hold on is because Spider-Verse is being touted as much darker, as a very emotional film. I'm wondering if some parents are going to hold off on bringing their kids to theaters just to find out whether or not this is something that's family friendly. Kind of the same way that a few of our own viewers were asking about Guardians. Hey, is this something I should bring my 8-year-old to? And then all of us kind of went, maybe have a talk with them first about animals and things. Yeah. But I think, though, Spider-Verse obviously has a very adult demographic that's going to go to it, too. But this movie is banking on nostalgia. It delivers. It's really, really fantastic. I'm really excited for Disney on this one. It's nice to see a live action that doesn't suck.
Yeah, I mean, I loved Aladdin. And I think it has like 95 or 90-something% audience rating on that. I love that Aladdin movie. What this movie seems to do that it did as well is that, hey, this is clearly a live action remake of that beloved original, but it's also its own film.
Exactly.
It does its own thing at the same time. And I think that's a key to success here. I also think it would be different if like another big movie was opening next, let's say Oppenheimer. Let's say Oppenheimer was opening next weekend. Okay, that's going to be another big movie, but I think Little Mermaid would have less to worry about then because you're going to have an audience going to Oppenheimer, which is not necessarily the same audience that would be going to see The Little Mermaid.
Take your kids to Oppenheimer. Teach them young.
Kids see the truth of the nuclear
History's
age.
Important.
We want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. From the gas pump to the grocery store, your utility bills and favorite streaming services, inflation is everywhere. Seriously, make it stop. Thankfully, there's one company out there that's giving you a much needed break. It's Mint Mobile. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. You guys know that ever since I switched to Mint Mobile, I've been saving almost 70% a month over my old phone plan. For people looking for extra savings this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes the significant savings on to you. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Guys, the question is for you. What do you think about this? Little Mermaid made about $118 million in opening Memorial Day weekend, good enough for a spot in the top 5 all time. Even better than Aladdin did, and Aladdin went on to be a billion-dollar film. Do you think that Little Mermaid can go on to be a billion-dollar film? I'm dubious of that, but I think it can still be quite successful. How do you think it's going to do when it runs into Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse? Do you think there's enough audience for both of them? Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks a lot for watching our video. Make sure you click the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel. And by the way, we do the John Campea Show podcast every day, so go and subscribe to it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or whatever your favorite podcasting app of choice is.